Hi, I'm going to do a quick demo on how to export a CSV from your Storyboard Pro. So this can be useful in creating your shot tracker um, or your workbook in terms of what you want listed in it. So here is my banana project. And what I did over here with the panel. So I'm in my panel tab right here. And in the action notes, I basically do a quick description of each shot. So I sort of wide shot Anna stepping up into trolley. This one is wide shot, walks over to trolley, close up Anna looking at shop window, sighs and looks sad. So under my action notes, I'm doing a quick descriptor of the shot size and what's happening in it. So, you can put whatever you want in the action notes. The same thing here, dialogue. So if you have dialogue associated with certain scenes or panels, you could slug it out in the dialogue panel. Um, by default, this under here was something different. I'm trying to think what it was. I don't remember, but I renamed it, right? So I went here and I said, I want to rename this caption and I'm going to call it props because I was like, I need to start tracking what props are in what scenes. And so as I go through here, I'm just noting if there's any props in the scene. Like, okay, there's a wallet in the scene that I'll need. And then I did the same thing down here for the notes tab. I renamed it and I basically said, I want this to be my character. So for every shot, I listed what characters I needed. You could also do this with like what layouts or backgrounds. So again, you could put anything you want in the panels. You can customize it as your needs. But I thought because I need to track my props and my characters, and because when I look at a spreadsheet, it's all text, having a rough description of what the shot is going to be really useful. So once I have all this, I'm going to go to Storyboard Pro, File, and go to Export. And you'll see CSV as an option here. So CSV stands for Commerce Separated Values, and it's basically a spreadsheet formatting. So I'm going to click on this, and it's going to ask me where I want it to save it. You want to keep the CSV encoding and file separators. That's as is. And then here you can select what exactly you want it to export. Export column names, scene names, panel names, transitions, scene frame number, panel frame number, include captions, include camera information, layer names, include tracking information. If you wanted to do selected scenes, I wanted to do everything and then open it. Actually, I don't want to open it after export because my computer keeps trying to open it with Premiere for reasons I don't understand. And then you're going to click export. It's going to take pretty fast because these files are extraordinarily small. We're talking like 10 to 16 kilobytes. I already exported mine, like a cooking show. I already did it, and it was on my desktop. So I'm going to go into my Google Drive, right? Or you can go into Excel if you want to use Excel, but you can also use Google Sheets. I'm going to go to File, Google Sheets. It's going to bring me a blank file. And go to File, Import, and I'm going to find my CSV file on my desktop. I did a version 2 and click Export. See, it's 16K. Replace the spreadsheet, detect automatically. Those are fine. Go Import Data, data, and you'll see it imports everything here. So some of these I don't need, right? Like Object ID, I honestly have no idea what this is. I can't find how to turn it off, but if I don't want it, I can just, delete it, delete the column, right? Since I selected everything from my export, it gave me everything. So now I can either go through and either delete the stuff I don't need, or I can go back to my export settings in Storyboard Pro and select on and off what I do and don't need. So it has scene name, panel name, if there's a transition, how many frames the scene is, how many frames the panels are, dialogue notes, and here's the action notes, right? So I have action notes here, I have my prop list here, and I have characters here. I have whether my camera is static or dynamic, and then it lists every single layer that is, if it's, some of them I labeled and some of them I didn't. Tracking flag, tracking date, tracking notes. I don't need any of this stuff. So again, you can kind of go through and sort of play with the export options and see what you need. Obviously, you could just type all this stuff in the spreadsheet looking at your animatic. That's completely fine. But I just wanted to call out if you wanted to do it within Storyboard Pro, doing it in these panels is a very smart way of doing it. So say I wanted like a very much more simple CSV. So maybe I'm going to go to Export CSV and let's just unclick everything. So I want the scene names because I want to see what scenes I have. I don't really care about the panels. I want to have how long each scene is. I haven't exactly timed out this animatic. It's not final, but it gives me a general idea of how long it is. And I want to include the captions, which are my panels over here, right? So that's all I really want. I'm going to label this version 3 and click export. It's going to go, oh, you're done. See, it's super fast. And then I'm going to go back here, and just to show you the difference, I'm just going to import version 3, upload. You can also just find it on your desktop. Oh my God, so messy. So messy. And just drag and drop. See 6.2, much faster. And I'm just going to replace the spreadsheet. It's going to go, oh, you're going to replace it. I go, that's cool. There's too much data. And here it's going to make a much simpler view, right? It's the scene name, the how many frames it is, and then a description. It actually lost the headings that I had. So again, I could either just add it in and be like, this is my scene, this is the length. And then I can go action, props, characters. You could do that, or you could try to re-export it. But again, yeah, you can definitely just do this straight in Sheets, but again, I wanted to show you how to do it in Toon Boom in case you wanted to do that. So hopefully you found this helpful.